Hey everybody, it's the OMAD Dad. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, a channel that's dedicated to living the OMAD lifestyle or eating just one meal a day. Today's kind of a mixed video. I'm going to start off with doing a couple of things, kind of a day in the life, I guess. I want to give you a little bit of a background. So, a little while ago, my sister-in-law had told me that she had a food sensitivity test. The IgG test, not the IgE, which is a food allergen test. She had been on antibiotics for almost 2 years. She had had some issues after her second childbirth, and so she was having issues, and she wasn't able to kind of resolve with traditional approaches, so she went to have a food sensitivity test, and she told me about it and her results, and now she's trying to take some things out of her diet that she believed were causing her some issues. And so that got me thinking as well, hey, maybe I can try one of these things. And I found this website online, everlywell.com. They do a bunch of different tests. Some are specific to men or women, and some are just for anybody can take. Like for men, where you can get your testosterone levels checked. For women, it could be fertility levels and whatnot. There's also vitamin D levels, inflammation levels, A1C, cholesterol, a whole host of different things. And so I sent away for one of these kits, and in a few minutes I'm going to show you basically what's in one of them. You then you fill everything out, you register your kit online, you do a home blood sample, and then you send it off in a biohazard bag, and it takes approximately, according to their website, about 5 days to get your results in. So those results I may show on a different video, just go over them quickly, and whether or not I decide to do anything with the results. They break it down into whether the food that you're having a reactivity to is either very high, moderate, or very mild. And so from there you can kind of decide, do you want to eliminate these foods or not? But if you feel that food may be causing certain problems like bloating, headaches, etc., in your life, and you're not really sure where to start, it sure beats eliminating everything except one food item and then gradually adding it in and doing your own investigation. At least you have kind of a starting point. Now, I want to make clear that I don't get any compensation for this. I don't get any referral fees or anything like that. It's one of the great things, I think, of having a non-monetized YouTube channel, is that I can give my honest opinion on things and steer you guys pro or con based on some of my experiences. So in the clips coming up, you're going to see that. Like I say, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a different video when my results come in and film that and let you guys know what they found. But right now it is a beautiful day. It is my first farmer's market of the season. It's 82 degrees up here in western Massachusetts, and I hear that there are some fresh strawberries coming in, and I always like to be one of the first ones here. I'm not. It's just late in the afternoon. They're going to close in about an hour, but I'm going to go see what they have. I know with COVID it's a little small, and there are some restrictions. I got my little mask right here. That's one of the restrictions, and you can't touch anything unless you're really sure you're going to end up purchasing it. But so I got that, and then maybe a little later we'll go home because the kids and my wife are swimming at her mother's house, and they wanted to join them for dinner, and I'm kind of using up some stuff that I have at home. So I'm making myself bangers and mash for dinner tonight. Yeah, just sort of a day in the life video, I guess, just to check in, see how you guys are doing. So I'm gonna go check out that market and see what we got.
Got some hand sanitizer, and then we can
Excellent.
go on in.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's the first time I've ever had to use hand sanitizer in here, like wait in line. It's kind of cool. Okay, well, unfortunately that was a big strikeout. The rhubarb and strawberries were sold out. Got here a little too late. That's my fault. But that's all right. There's always next week. Let's see what we can get. And a lot of the stuff looked picked over. The lettuce looked pretty good, but I'm doing okay on lettuce right now. I'm gonna go home, make some bangers and mash, I think. Have some dinner, go pick up the kids. All right, well, I'm back at home. That was a pretty unsuccessful trip. You know, it's still a little early in the season. This was only the third farmer's market in my area. Usually that place is packed. They also have to go by social distancing guidelines. Like I said, this is the first time I had to kind of wait in line to even get into it. And normally in the back they have like wood-fired pizzas, and that's not there as of right now, so I don't think they have permission to do that. So it was a little unsuccessful of a trip, but that's okay. It's okay though. I'm back home and I'm starting my dinner. I've got some mashed potatoes going. I'm doing bangers and mash. As you can see right there, I got my sous vide going. I got the sausage in there cooking. Sous vide is a really great piece of equipment to have in your house, especially if you're a little squeamish about cooking meat. I'm not that bad with cooking meat. Obviously, I cook for a living, so the sous vide is great for imparting flavors into different things that you're cooking. You can kind of just set it, forget it, you know, and go on with your day. Like those sausages wouldn't really take that long to cook, but I could put them in there, let it take my time, do what I had to do. I come back, I'll get my potatoes going, and as you'll see later on, hopefully I can get a good shot of it. But I'm just going to pat them dry. I'm going to sear them quick. I'm going to build my sauce in the pan, and then I'll put the sausages back in. I'll finish the mashed potatoes. I'll have a few things I'll throw on my plate as well, and I'll have a really nice OMAD for tonight. And okay, so the bratwursts are done from their sous vide bath. Sous vide is basically a technique of cooking something under vacuum. You can impart some flavor into whatever you're cooking. You get more even cooking. There's a lot of things you can do with it, and when I do a video about what some of my favorite kitchen equipment is that I use every day to make some of my OMADs, that's definitely going to be included along with how to use it. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building up my sauce. I've got my saute pan here. I'm going to saute up some shallots. The bratwursts are over there. I've got some mashed potatoes going on in the back over here. Kind of hard to see here. Let me take the teapot out of the way. So that's going to be there. I wanted to reduce the cooking time of this, obviously, so I cut my potatoes quite small, and so once they start boiling, they should be ready to be mashed within about 10 minutes or so. I'll see if I get some shots of my sauce of how I do this. I do this the Gordon Ramsay way, not because I feel like I'm like him at all, but he did a banger and mash video a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, you know, it definitely something that I really liked. So I'm gonna get cooking. All right, so after I sweated the shallots out, I added a little bit of balsamic vinegar and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm just going to kind of throw it around a little bit and let it reduce down. Hit it with a little bit of beef stock and then finish it with just a little pat of butter. You could use red onions, white onions, Spanish onions, whatever you had. I had some shallots laying around that I wanted to utilize that are local grown. So that's what I use in here. But just a little canned gravy. I might even hit it with a touch of cream. So I'm going to let it reduce down a little bit, add the stock, the butter. I think I have some cream. I'm going to add a little bit of cream in there. Make the sauce, throw the bratwurst in, let them soak up that sauce. And then we're going to work on our mash over there. You can see the small dice. And as I said before, in these mash, I got a little bit of whole grain mustard, the potatoes obviously, salt, pepper, some cream, some butter, and a little bit of chive. I'm gonna mash those up. All right, everybody, that is complete. We got the sausage on top with a little bit of the sauce and the onions, or shallots rather, the mashed potatoes on the plate. I got a couple slices of bread here. I made extra sauce so I get it nice and saucy. Got a little glass of red wine. Disregard the box of baby wipes on the table. I have not cleared the table, very bad of me. And a little slice of strawberry cake that a friend of the family brought over yesterday. It was not my time to eat, but tonight is, right now is, so I'm gonna enjoy that, and that's my OMAD for today. Okay, this is the Everlywell food sensitivity test. It is going to test my IgG antibody reactivity and sensitivity to certain foods, 96 of them to be exact. Let's see, there's a bunch of stuff in here. We have to register this and do the old finger prick thing, but so far it looks pretty nice. This is how you register it here. And then this is a list of all the stuff that it comes with. And then there's this step 1, step 2, pretty simple, very sanitary. You do alcohol wipes and a Band-Aid and a little finger prick thing, and then you put it on the card, and then you mail the card back in. And then within about 5 days, you're supposed to be able to get the results. So we'll see if there's any food. You can probably see my son in the background. We'll see if there's any foods that I'm highly sensitive to or that are causing any sort of reaction in me. This is not a food allergy test. There's a big difference. Okay, so these are the instructions right here, very detailed. I just watched a video on this on their website. It's really not that difficult at all. So we did the video. Second is to prep up your space. It comes with a Band-Aid. There's an alcohol prep pad here, a little bit of gauze just in case. 2 of these little finger prick things. So I got everything here all laid out. Oh, and I registered. That's like the first thing you have to do. So I registered my unique code. Now I gotta fill out the card. This is where your blood is gonna go in those dots. You just fill out your name, the date you did this, and your date of your birth. So once I do that, I am and fill this out. I'm gonna just wash my hands, warm them up a little bit, and then do the finger prick thing. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so next up we gotta choose which finger. I'm gonna use my ring finger. We are done. That was a little harder than I thought, not because the finger prick hurt at all, but because I had trouble getting blood out of my finger. So, oh, it's my daughter. She's coming in with me. So there we go, we are all set, and now that's gonna get mailed off. You gotta let the thing fully dry, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more time to make sure it's fully dried. But then once you're done, you then put the sample in one of these little hazmat bags, and they give you another mailing bag and a little label. So I'm gonna get that in the mail first thing this morning, and I'm gonna get that in the, I'm gonna get that in the mail first thing this morning, and I'll share the results. Well, that is it for me, folks. Like I say, I'm gonna do a separate video on when I get my test results back, but that's pretty much day in the life for me. I'm gonna have my OMAD right now. Had a little fun at the farmer's market today. Came up empty-handed, but that's all right. I'm definitely gonna enjoy this, and I've got more videos coming. So I hope it was enjoyable to you. Let me know if there's certain things you want to see me cooking. Again, I'm trying to mess around with my tripod situation, and again, I'm not a professional. I haven't studied cinematography or directing or anything like that. So these videos are very amateurish at best. But hopefully you get some sort of good information on it. But that's it for me for tonight. I hope you guys have a great week. Very happy OMAD, and be well.